What's up, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Mechagodzilla Orai Noriyoshi poster version. What's up, guys? It's Charles here with Rocket Punch. I'm going to do a review of this Mechagodzilla figure. Alright, the box looks really nice. I love the artwork. Just taking a look at it. As you can see down here, it says Bandai Collector Shop. I don't know if this is some kind of special edition. I don't know, but I saw it and I had to get it. Why? Because of this logo right up here. The Chogokin logo. It says Tamashii Mix. Don't know anything about that. But so you can see it take a photo of the actual figure. Puts Godzilla back there. Really nice colors, very attractive box, and then the sides, you know, just say Mechagodzilla in that font right there. We take a look at the back, more pictures of the actual figure, and yes, it does look this awesome. So when I saw this, you know, I'm thinking like, oh, that's cool, they got a Mechagodzilla Chogokin, but what really got me is the fact that it's a combiner. Look at that. I guess this is the poster they're talking about. Right there, you see him in the background. You know, I was looking at the pictures. There's some slight differences in the way some of the vehicles look. I don't really care about that. You know, I guess you have to be. I mean, I am a, you know, Godzilla fan, but I guess you have to be one of those that are really, really into that to really, you know, appreciate what's going on. But I just wanted this thing right here, so we're gonna take a look at it today. So inside that box I just showed you is another box with a sleeve on it, and then styrofoam tray inside. So it's just a picture of Mechagodzilla's head, what kind of Mechagodzilla it is. You spin it around, you get a chest shot right here, and his crotch, and then just more font right here. So you slide this sleeve off, and it's got styrofoam and plastic, so it's a mix of both old and new packaging. You get the little plastic on top. You'll see it's empty. Everything came wrapped in a nice little plastic, or protected by plastic. We get stand pieces up here, and then of course we get a little booklet here that shows the awesome Mechagodzilla that we're going to look at versus Godzilla. We also get the instruction booklet. So apparently this is probably line art and stuff in there, or pictures. We'll check that out in a moment. But let's get the pieces out. Actually, before we even get into the pieces, let's just check out the documentation here. We get the instruction booklet, which I mentioned before, showing all the pieces and the transformation. Just black and white. Pretty straightforward Bandai stuff, you know, very informative and easy to read. And then, of course, the booklet here. Remember, you start from the back to the front, or, you know, if you're Japanese, this would be the front. But there's the awesome artwork. So you guys can check it out. Love that logo. Japanese logos always look awesome, don't they? Alright, so we'll check it out. And I guess it's a little bit of a manga right here. Okay, yeah, just a little manga that ends with the guy playing with the Chogokin, or whoa, can't even say that. Chogokin, choke holding. I didn't say choke holding, I said Chogokin. Clean your ears out. Alright, before we get started, because my hands are always in the way, this right here, just so you guys don't ask, it's not some kind of like herpes on my hand. It's soldering iron landed on my hand, and I do shower. This dirt right here is actually from a scratch off for an Amazon store card or something like that, or one of the gift cards I got for Christmas, right? So yeah, I take showers, don't worry. Alright, so here we have the Geforce Mecha Garuda, alright, which is like the flight piece of the set. As you can see, it's a pretty decent size. This is my hand, and you guys know I have huge hands. Well, maybe you don't. Well, you know, I might be microscopic in size. Anyway, enough of the silliness. So here he is again, guys. I don't know what the hell that was. It's a pretty nice piece. This does, like I said, form the flight piece of the set, and the back of Mechagodzilla. Also the head. You can kind of see the head's not really too hidden. Might be just me not having transformed this correctly, but I think I did. You got this straight tail piece coming out. you get this little hinge, and there's this little black piece that hooks underneath the inside of this. It's a little easier to put if you unsnap the tail section from the bottom of his neck, and you guys will know what I'm talking about when you have it. But this little black piece goes onto this part of the stand, and then obviously the bottom of the stand. And you guys know I'm not a big fan of stands, but if I was going to display this stand is pretty good. It's not like ridiculously big. It's black, so it blends in if you have a dark background, sort of like my review area here. And it's I don't think this has diecast. If I'm not mistaken, this does not have diecast on this piece, but it does have some cool PVC. Can't tell which ones are PVC. Some of these are PVC. I think like these pieces here, this is hard plastic, but some of them are PVC. So you want to be careful. I think I did bend this one a little bit, but maybe it just came like that from the box. But the point up here is PVC. You can see that. So you still want to be careful, especially since it is cold in here. Actually, these little needles, right? This whole piece is PVC, I guess. All right, so you definitely want to be careful with that. The wing tips, these are plastic. You don't want to catch that on your sweater, your Christmas sweater this season. So, because that will take off that piece, and then you'll be very upset. Cool little feature is these little turbine fans. If I can get them. Sorry to block the light there. You can actually spin these around like so if you wanted to. This reminds me, there's something very like, maybe this reminds me of like Battle of the Planets, Phoenix or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, so that's that one. This is the Geforce Mecha Garuda. So we're going to check out the next one. Alright, so here we got the Geforce Mecha Naga, I believe. Naga, right? I wonder what this turns into. Not his hands or his arms, but his legs. You can obviously see the length of the legs here. This is his waist. Little boosters back here. And his crotch piece, which is actually a maser cannon. You know, these vehicles are a little strange looking, but they're nothing new if you come from a background of Japanese toys. The ones you grew up with, little Takaras and all that stuff that they used to sell over at the local Chinatown or wherever. And I like the feel so far. Everything has got that like nice feel where everything's just so delicate, but you know, robust. I think that's the first time I've used that word, robust. But anyway, this is it. Nothing, you know, terribly fancy. You can see the wheels do roll. We'll take a look at the underneath here, or the underside. You can see there's a lot of wheels going on. All right. The maser cannon does move up and down, as do these things here, which have missiles. And there's a little, I guess like a cockpit area here. And I like these little boosters out back. They don't, you know, swivel or anything, but it's a nice little detail. What was I going to tell you guys? You just be careful with these little things. I don't know. I guess they put them there just so they don't break off. But they just like slide into this little hole here, like so. And they don't really get held, and they're constantly popping out. Especially, I can't even get it on. You gotta get them just right. There we go. They're constantly popping off when you're trying to pose the feet, but at least they snap on. It's just a whole thing of back and forth, back and forth. You know, I believe it's painted plastic. I mean, it does have a nice sheen to it, so I'm sure it's painted plastic. So yeah, that's the Naga. Nothing, again, terribly special. And now it's this little guy's turn. Let me just find out his name. It looks like his name is Gandalf from the Hobbits. Actually, it's Gundalva. Gandalva. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. And he's pretty teeny. This guy feels really delicate but nice. He's got a nice little amount of heft to him for his size. I like that. So there's some die cast going on there. You know, same kind of theme here. It's just a strange little Japanese type vehicle, which is obviously his arms. You know, there's no getting around that. But again, the nice sheen that it has on the silver paint. It's got some nice blue details. It's got little hoses can see those are actually individual hoses. It's not just painted on. I believe that's a weapon right there, or a cockpit. And nice little details, all those little yellow spots, you know, to detail the little lights. So it's really cool. I wanted to show you guys something right here, because it does show in the pictures, there's some raw, well, this is black and white picture, but you can tell that's raw zinc right there, the raw alloy, the metal. So there's a lot of metal going on, especially in the legs. You can see right here, it's just raw metal in the pictures. I don't know if it's easy to see. Well, I guess that's the only ones they show. Anyway, so we're going to move on. We're going to get this guy combined so we can check out Godzilla. Excuse me, Mechagodzilla. Actually, so like these two guys do combine. Got to fold the tank treads here like that, and then it's got these two little things you got to pop out from the bottom. Right, get that ready, and then you'll see that here there's two little holes. And this has like a big die battles feel to it. I think the way this all combines. Kind of want to hold things because it's not delicate. I mean, I'm sure this thing's not going to break. You just don't want stuff, you know, just rubbing up against each other. But that's one of the other things this thing does, is it just combines into this, which looks like a robot sitting down, doesn't it? Looks like its own robot just sitting down. You know, nothing more to show here. That's really what it is. I guess you can adjust this depending on if you're shooting stuff in the sky. Pew pew pew. And that's it, guys. I think the final thing we're going to do is get this guy together to form Mechagodzilla. It actually shouldn't be too terribly hard. I'm not going to do the transformation sequence because this is terribly delicate. It's not delicate. I keep using the word delicate. It has a delicate feel, but I mean, it's not going to break. But, you know, anyway. So we're just going to get this to where it needs to be. You can kind of see what I'm doing here as far as transformation. Plus, I think when I do the quick transformation thing, I can't really describe much detail. So I'll show you guys this way. But you can hear those little ratchets. We'll get into that in a second. But let's bring this leg down. You can see those beefy metal joints there. And now the feet, again, try not to put pressure on these things. They're just chilling there. See, they snap off just by me talking about them. But the feet fold out a certain way. You got to be careful you don't scuff anything up or break the toes. But you got to, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I can't do that sequence. You know what? I almost feel like popping them off. But the joints, they're metal. So it's that kind of like really high friction kind of thing where you can't really, or you're afraid to put too much pressure on it, but it shouldn't be because it's metal. So, oh, great. Alright, so that like that. Then fold, yeah, fold the feet forward like so. And you see the trouble I'm having, like I'm just trying to, these joints are so tight, but they're metal, so you don't have to worry about breaking them. What I do have to worry about is finding that piece that fell. There's a lot of little things going on, like this part, you know, folds up that way, and it's like these little tabs that you have to fold out to spin them around and get that little nub thing to come out, just like that, because they're actually going to peg into these holes here, so you do have to line it up like exact. Oh, alright, that went not too bad. I remember just having trouble with that. What's cool is you can actually tilt the foot, but again, it's kind of in the way these things. Alright, you can see you can tilt the feet there. Alright, so that's pretty cool. And then this has hard joints too. You have to space these things out. A little tough to do. I don't even know if you saw that. I can't look at the camera and do this. You gotta space those shoulders out, because you got to get these little things to tab into those little holes. And I think I got it. I mean, they snapped in. This one kind of lifts up a little bit, but I think it's secure. Look, he's got a pee-pee. And if we look out back here, these little things you want to flip around. They don't completely cover the back of the leg, They just kind of give it that effect here where there's space for the pistons to move around. Alright, and let's hide this piece here because we're going to keep talking about it. I'm going to be honest, I don't like the next part. Not the whole, or not the beginning of this next part, but the next part, which is getting the winged part together, which I put way too far for me to reach, which is right here. So we're going to take it off the stand. First we're going to snap it off the neck so you can see what I'm talking about. So you want to hold it somewhere where you can unsnap it easily, and then this part should pop off. Can you please pop off? Okay. Pop off. You have no clue how far that went, and I don't know where it went. Alright, so it is now 3 hours later, and I found this outside on a rooftop stuck in a chimney. That's how far it went. So this part, alright, so we got to open this up. I'm already dreading this because it was a little difficult. I mean, there's like a trick to feeding that behind him. I just don't know what it is. But, jeez. And this like that, separate it. And again, you want to be careful, guys, because I think the first thing everybody wants to do is just like grab onto this. Don't. You got those fins back there. Got to sort of fiddle with this to get it out without jabbing yourself. This is... Alright, bring this down out of the way, sort of. And the crazy thing is that these two things have to go on his chest. Obviously the head goes where the neck is, and then this has to like go right in his butt. So we're going to swing this out. It's so pointy. Everything's pointy. Alright, so that right there looks like it... Is it metal? Can't really tell. No, it's probably plastic. Alright, so we're going to bring that up just like that. Now here's the part I don't like. There's these tabs here. So these tabs are going to tab into like right underneath here, I believe, right? Yes. And you kind of have to feed, whoops. It's hard to do, guys, with the camera. You have to feed it under his arms, snap the head onto this, and snap, like I said, his butthole, this little thing here. So I'm going to attempt to do it on camera. It's a little difficult. I kind of don't want to scratch anything up. Yeah, so like I said, it is a little difficult. So we want to flatten this out. It is hard. It is hard. And maybe the arms should be facing forward. Go around him like that. And way off, guys, way off. It's a little easier if you have these things folded down and in because it kind of pops in there. I may have to do this off camera because I have to keep my arms really far away just to get this in there. But I'm pretty much there. I'm sorry, those pins I showed you, that's probably why I couldn't do it. The pins I showed you that snap into the bottom silver part, don't snap into the bottom silver part. There's a gray plastic piece, like a soft plastic. That's where they snap in. You can see right there, that's where they're about to go. And you'll see they just popped right in. Then you want to be careful with the neck. There's little pointy pieces. Please just align everything and it snaps right in like that. And then the chest piece has to come around to the front. And you have to clear this little piece under his neck. And then there's like the three little tab things. You got to snap them in. It's a little delicate. Whoop, I did it. And then these, the neck is not tabbed in. Alright guys, so I think I got it. There's probably a little bit of misalignment here on the neck area. See these little parts that like flip around the shoulder? I didn't really get that much of a gap previously when I transformed it. So, whatever. But it does tab in really nicely normally. Just there's very little separation there. So it's just a matter of alignment, I guess. Yeah, so it looks great. I mean, if we take a look at it, let's see if I can fit him all in the picture here. It's got a really nice look. I did realize I forgot something, guys, so I might as well show you. So the bottom, the butthole, there's a little plastic thing. Maybe see it there. Can you see it? Yeah, we're going to have to snap that in. There we go. Boop. So I got doing pretty good because it was a lot harder the first time. So here's the tail, moves around really nice. A little bit of side-to-side action, which is nice. But the figure feels good. This feels really nice. It's kind of cold in here, so like you know, I can really feel the temp change in the metal. I like that his knees, I didn't notice that before in vehicle form, but the knees have little turrets that move. So a lot of nice detail in this figure. I can feel a lot of metal. So the arms here are metal. I can feel it in the legs. And the heft, guys. The heft is nice. We're going to compare it to, let's see, I got some Godzilla or some kaiju related stuff here. Where is it? Sorry, guys. Alright. Not necessarily scale, but, you know, you get the idea. So we got that. We got this guy here from Ultraman. What is it? Red King, I think his name is. Batteries don't work. It's the one you shake and it screams. Well, it's not working. But you get the idea, guys. So there he is with that. Now we're going to check out some articulation. We do have the head here. You got the neck. Pretty decent. And we have the mouth that opens, has very nice sharp teeth. We have the shoulders. They swivel out about this far. They go forward. They are very, very soft ratchets. You hear that? Alright. And do we have biceps hole? Yes, we do. We have elbow. Right there. And we do have a little bit of rotation here. Just got to be careful. Obviously these are PVC. I don't know if PVC breaks down, but that was that way. A little bit of motion here. He's doing a wave. And I thought it would have a waist because the turret spins, this part here, but apparently it loses that once it's combined, I guess because of everything that's going on back here, which makes sense, you know. Oh, just look at that detail, guys. This thing is such like eye and hand candy. Anyway, getting back to the legs, you saw the legs before with the tough metal joints. They do go out. Just be careful not to. I'm always so afraid to scratch stuff, especially because I just display stuff normally. But I like to show you guys reviews. Then you got the soft little ratchets here, and then the feet. I showed you can ankle tilt them. The toes kind of move. I think that's just really from the transformation itself. And you can always pop the crotch out if you want to be disgusting like me, like that. That'd be kind of cool. Like you can actually sit in here and you know, chill in his robot wee wee, because that's actually a cockpit. Haha, get that. Anyway, yeah. So pretty decent figure. I like it. Ooh, it's got this kind of tilt too. Now, guys, it's really nice. I'm really glad I got it. You know, I've been focusing a lot of my collection and steering away from a lot of stuff that I like, but this is for sure a must-have for me. Or if you're a Chogokin collector, or if you like Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, this is a great display piece you can have out in your room or in your office. Whoa! Thought it was going to fall, but it's got a tail. But yeah, or in your office, you know, show it off to your friends and family, girlfriends, wives, or both. So, yeah, if you have any questions or comments, guys, leave them below. If you want to pick one of these up, you can help the channel out by clicking the link in the description below to check it out or buy other cool stuff from Big Bad Toy Store. And until next time, guys, bye-bye.